What death row feels like around the world. 1. The longest wait. The U.S. has one of the largest death row populations in the world, over 2,000 inmates. But here's the catch. Many wait 15, 20, even 30 years before execution. During that time, most live in solitary confinement for 23 hours a day. No physical contact, no sunlight. They're allowed books, TV, sometimes even jobs, but never freedom. And then there's the last meal, a tradition that varies by state, but still fascinates people worldwide. 2. The silent system. In Japan, death row is terrifying in a different way. Psychological pressure. Inmates aren't told the date of their execution in advance. They wake up every morning not knowing if this is the day they'll die. Executions are carried out by hanging, behind closed doors. No public announcements, no last-minute appeals. It's efficient, quiet, and extremely secretive. 3. Fast and public. Iran doesn't keep prisoners on death row for long. Trials can be quick, appeals are limited, and executions are often public, carried out by hanging in city squares. Family members may be invited. Sometimes the victim's relatives decide the fate of the accused. It's fast, brutal, and meant to send a message. 4. The world's leader in executions. China executes more people than any other country, though the exact number is a state secret. Death row inmates may be executed within weeks of sentencing. Methods include lethal injection and the firing squad. In some cases, trials and appeals happen so quickly, there's barely time for defense. Critics say it lacks transparency. The government says it enforces justice. 5. Execution by sword. In Saudi Arabia, death row often ends in public beheading, typically in a city square. Offenses range from murder to drug trafficking to sorcery. Executions are fast once the order is approved. There's no long-term death row like in the West. And yes, it's sometimes live-streamed or photographed by crowds. 6. Death penalty rare, but harsh. India keeps the death penalty for only the rarest of rare cases. Still, prisoners can spend decades waiting, often in overcrowded, underfunded prisons. Conditions are tough. Inmates are isolated and rarely know their execution date until the very end. Hanging is the official method. 7. A dead row with no executions. South Africa technically still has a death row, but no executions have taken place since 1989. The death penalty was abolished in 1995, but some inmates were still stuck in limbo for years. Imagine sitting on death row, even after the law says you can't be killed. 8. The last executioner in Europe. Belarus is the only country in Europe that still uses the death penalty. Executions are carried out with a single gunshot to the head. No public notice. The family isn't even told until after it's over. One moment the inmate is alive. The next, their cell is empty. 9. Death by firing squad. Indonesia is known for strict drug laws, and its death penalty reflects that. Prisoners on death row are executed by firing squad. They're taken to a remote field, blindfolded, and tied to a post. If they survive the shots, a final bullet to the head is used. Grim, efficient, no second chances. 10. Death row, without the execution. Nigeria has thousands on death row, many awaiting execution for years. But executions are rare. Most prisoners live in limbo, unsure if they'll ever face the sentence. It's one of the largest death row populations in Africa. But the system is backed up, slow, and deeply controversial. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more content like this.